China went berserk after a U.S. general said this. Air Force General Mike Minahan, who holds command of the Air Mobility Command, has recently issued a memo to his officers expressing his prediction that the United States will engage in a war with China in 2 years. Despite his hope that his prediction proves incorrect, he believes that it is highly likely to occur in 2025. The memo suggests that preparations for conflict with the United States are already underway as Chinese President Xi Jinping's recent re-election, coupled with the establishment of this War Council in October 2022, points toward this direction. The upcoming presidential elections in Taiwan and the United States in 2024 may also provide further opportunities for China to launch an attack, weakening the U.S. To prepare for this potential threat, General Minahan has instructed his officers to practice firing a clip at a target and aiming for the head. However, the memo has elicited a response from Chinese officials who have criticized it as provocative and reckless, warning against actions that may increase tensions and deepen strategic mistrust between the two nations. On February 1st of this year, an internal memorandum was circulated by General Mike Minahan to the servicemen and women under his command. In the memo, the 56-year-old four-star general outlined several pointers that they should follow in order to prepare themselves for the possibility of a conflict that he believes is increasingly likely. He cites several circumstances that he believes will embolden Chinese President Xi Jinping. According to Minahan, since both Taiwan and the U.S. will hold presidential elections in 2024, both countries will be distracted, providing an opportunity for Jinping to make a move. He wrote, Xi secured his third term and set his war council in October 2022. Taiwan's presidential elections are in 2024 and will offer Xi a reason. He further explained that the 2024 presidential elections in the U.S. would create a distracted America that would benefit Xi's administration. Xi's team, reason, and opportunity are all aligned for 2025, he wrote. While Minahan declared that the U.S.'s main goal should be to deter a conflict with China, he lists several pointers, including one titled End State and Risk on how to defeat the country. To prepare, Minahan directed airmen who are qualified to use a weapon to fire a clip into a 7-meter target with the full understanding that unrepentant lethality matters most. He specifically stated, aim for the head. The memo then urged the tens of thousands of troops under his command to prepare for war in other regards by reconsidering their personal affairs and being more aggressive about their training. Run deliberately, not recklessly, wrote Minahan. He added, if you are comfortable in your approach to training, then you are not taking enough risk. As tensions between the two countries remain high over the self-governing island nation, the veteran general seeks to build a fortified, ready, integrated, and agile joint force maneuver team ready to fight and win in air and sea skirmishes before Taiwan can be taken. Minahan, who assumed his current post over the Air Force's Mobility Command Unit in 2021, emphasizes the need to build a strong and prepared team in anticipation of a possible conflict. General Minahan's prediction was not the first of its kind. Last year, U.S. Secretary of State N.D.P. Blinken stated that China was determined to annex Taiwan on a much faster timeline, although he did not provide a specific date. In 2021, Admiral Philip Davidson, then head of the U.S. Indo-Pacific Command, testified to a Senate committee in what is now referred to as the Davidson window that he believed the Chinese threat to Taiwan would manifest by 2027. These speculations and tensions have increased due to China's military pressure on Taiwan in the 21st century, which is part of its effort to assert its territorial claims and reunify with Taiwan. Here are some key ways China has increased military pressure on Taiwan. First, China has conducted a series of military exercises near Taiwan, including air and naval drills, to demonstrate its military capabilities and intimidate Taiwan. These exercises have included the deployment of aircraft carriers, fighter jets, and missile systems. Second, China has deployed hundreds of missiles along its coast facing Taiwan, which are intended to deter Taiwan from pursuing formal independence or closer ties with foreign countries. The missiles also symbolize China's military capabilities and determination to reunify with Taiwan. Third, China has been modernizing its military, focusing on developing advanced weapon systems that could be used in a potential conflict with Taiwan. This includes the development of new fighter jets, submarines, and missile systems. Fourth, China has been pressuring countries around the world to sever diplomatic ties with Taiwan, isolating Taiwan and limiting its international presence. Additionally, countries that have diplomatic relations with Taiwan face punishment from China. Fifth, China has been using information operations, including propaganda and disinformation, to influence public opinion in Taiwan and undermine the Taiwanese government. This includes using social media and other online platforms to spread messages that are favorable to China and critical of Taiwan. The increased military pressure from China has raised concerns in Taiwan and around the world, as it increases the risk of a potential military conflict in the region. The Taiwanese government has responded by strengthening its own military capabilities and seeking closer ties with other countries willing to support its sovereignty and security. Several lawmakers, including Senator Tom Cotton of Arkansas, have praised General Mike Minahan's remarks, stating that the U.S. military must be ready and able to respond at any time to growing Chinese aggression, and that Minahan has the correct mindset, while acknowledging that the bureaucracy needs to catch up. However, the Pentagon has since clarified and distanced itself from Minahan's position that conflict with China is imminent in 2025, stating that these comments are not representative of the department's view on China. Additionally, Brigadier General Pat Ryder, the Pentagon's press secretary, has emphasized that diplomacy is still the preferred course of action, noting that the National Defense Strategy makes it clear that China is the pacing challenge for the Department of Defense, and our focus remains on working alongside allies and partners to preserve a peaceful, free, and open Indo-Pacific. Nevertheless, the ongoing tensions between China and Taiwan have resulted in more intense rhetoric and speculation of future conflict. China has continued to send warplanes and battleships in the direction of Taiwan, demonstrating its military might and its refusal to accept the island's independence. Earlier this year, China's People's Liberation Army flew 57 warplanes and 4 ships toward Taiwan, with 28 of those planes crossing the unofficial boundary of the Taiwan Strait. According to a statement from Shi Yi, a spokesperson for the PLA's Eastern Theater Command, the drill's primary target was to practice land strikes and sea assaults. In response, the U.S. Navy sent a destroyer through the Taiwan Strait to demonstrate its commitment to a free and open Indo-Pacific. The statement added that the operation was conducted in compliance with international laws. Chinese military officials have further fanned the flames of potential conflict by conducting large-scale exercises in Taiwanese airspace, including firing missiles in response to a visit by then U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi to Taiwan's capital, Taipei. The fact that President Biden has repeatedly stated since taking office in 2020 that he would order a military intervention if China attacked Taiwan has added to the tension. The assertion contradicts the U.S.'s long-standing policy of strategic ambiguity with regard to China and Taiwan's ongoing Cold War, under which officials in Washington do not disclose any plans about the two countries' conflict. In conclusion, the ongoing military pressure on Taiwan by China and the U.S. commitment to defend the island if attacked indicate that tensions and speculations of future conflict will continue to increase in the near future.